Hello, everyone. Happy Monday morning and happy start to an amazing week. Welcome to our online studio and welcome to Connections. So we are a nonprofit community organization whose mission is to serve and promote the health, well-being, and vitality of the English-speaking population. And I'm Nat, and I'm Connections Director of Communications and Outreach. And I'm thrilled to be welcoming Michelle to our online community this morning.
Hi.
So tell us a bit about yourself, Michelle, and then we'll go into our games and fun and whatnot.
Yes. Hi, I'm Michelle Gagno, and I am the the community outreach and engagement manager for the Shawville Satellite Office for Connections. So I'm working with the Pontiac community to help improve access to services and bring you some really cool activities as well, which we'll talk about later.
Yes, for sure. Awesome, Michelle. Thanks so much. You've only been with us for a few weeks now.
Well, about a month. Yeah, a bit over a month. Yeah.
Awesome.
If we don't count the Christmas holidays, you know.
Well, it's been amazing to have you as part of our team, and I'm so excited to be doing these Monday chats again. So to our viewers, I see we have a few people. We'd really love to hear from our viewers. So make sure to tell us hi, to add comments so that we can see who you are. And just to let you know quickly that comments and questions will sometimes take a few seconds to pop up in our studio. Sorry, I have some background noise. I guess someone has decided to print something this morning for their online learning class. So yeah.
That's the reality we're in this morning. Yeah, and then speaking of like engagement and hearing from our viewers, make sure you comment when we're about to do a really fun contest. So we have a prize for one lucky winner, an I Love Connections t-shirt. And I have our I Love Connections t-shirts, so you can get one too. And also a book, Brene Brown's new book, Atlas of the Heart, which is an amazing book, beautiful book too, full of really beautiful quotes and pictures, and really nice hardcover book. So how you win is it's pretty simple. All you need to do is during our rapid fire questions, which we were inspired by Brene Brown's podcast. we'll give credit. And so during our questions, just make sure to comment and answer questions too.
Awesome.
And then your comments count as a ballot in the contest. So.
And I guess we're going to do the say whoever wins. I see we have a few people watching, so make sure to comment. So who should go first, Michelle? Should I go first with the question or you?
I can go first if you want.
I'm a little nervous, I must admit.
Yeah,
okay.
I know you're nervous for this one. So what is the first word that comes to mind when you think of caregivers?
Oh, okay. Caregivers. I think of resiliency.
Awesome. That's a good one.
Yeah, because for resiliency in the sense that you've really got to work on that, right? To be able to care not just for the person, but for yourself as well, right? To have that strength to kind of do the day-to-day or whatever you're doing.
Yeah,
okay.
Get hard for sure.
Okay,
so my turn to be under fire.
What drains you the most in your day-to-day?
What drains me the most?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, you got me off guard. I'm trying to think. There's so many things. If I like a day full of Zoom meetings, that's really draining. I mean, I think that's something people can relate to.
For sure. I find that draining as well. And I think this week is going to be a little draining with the kids being online, you know.
Balancing online school and work, the most draining thing.
I have to give a huge shout out to the parents and to the teachers who are out there for doing this whole week. And hopefully it is just a week so that next week things can kind of get back into things, right?
Yes, fingers crossed for sure. All right. So
Right.
next question, Nat, are you a caregiver or have you ever been a caregiver?
I have been a caregiver. I cared for both of my parents, but I also cared for two of my children, two of my oldest boys as well. Lots of therapy sessions and whatnot. So, yeah, definitely a caregiver. Still am.
Awesome. Yeah, I wanted to ask that question because I know a lot of people who are caregivers don't identify as caregivers. So, yeah, and that's one of the things like with our upcoming workshops for caregivers. A lot of people not realizing that they qualify to participate in the workshops and benefit from the awesome stuff we'll be doing to help with self-care.
Yeah. And okay, well, my question kind of relates to that. So, when did you first realize you were a caregiver?
Probably when I started this job and started, looking into it and learning about caregivers. Well, so I helped my dad out a bit, like bringing meals, that kind of thing. So I wouldn't have like considered myself necessarily a caregiver because it doesn't seem like a job necessarily. And then for my mom as well, when she was ill before she passed away, that for sure I would have said, yeah. Yeah.
It's interesting, because I didn't realize I was a caregiver either until I started working for Connections. I had no clue. I figured, taking care of your parents or a spouse or whatnot is just what you do, right? But you don't see yourself as a caregiver. And I think a lot of people really don't. So that's why it's important to kind of, see yourself as a caregiver and understand that your needs are also really important. And I think that's why you're doing all of these amazing caregiver support sessions, right? It's to kind of, we tell people that join us, you are a caregiver. Even if you just call someone to help them, you really are a caregiver and you need the support, to get through all that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. For sure. And our lives are so hectic. So taking any time out of your day to help somebody else, so we have to make sure to schedule in our own self-care, right?
Yeah.
So yes, another question for you, Nat. How do you feel about Monday mornings?
Okay, oh my gosh. Well, it's kind of two feelings. Like it's Monday in the sense that another week is starting, excited, kind of looking forward to what the challenges are and what we're going to be doing and whatnot. But it's also hard to get out of that weekend, like you're like, oh my gosh, I've been relaxing. I've been kind of, or doing a lot of stuff, keeping busy around the house for the kids. And now I have to get back into work. So sometimes it can be tough. So both, I guess. What about you?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. Like it's kind of like a new week, it's like that new year kind of feeling in mini. Like fresh start. We're starting over a new week. But yeah, at the same time, it's tough to get out of the weekend. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just going to say hi to Danielle because we did get a hi from Danielle. So I'm going to say quick hi to Danielle. And I see there's still other viewers if you guys want to win.
Yeah, make sure to comment.
Make sure to comment.
Comfy t-shirts. I love Connections. You want one. All right.
It's my turn.
It's your turn. Yeah.
All right. So what motivates, inspires, and excites you? One thing. You can only pick one thing.
Oh, one thing. Life. Nature, I would have to say, is probably the most motivating, inspiring. Anytime I'm in a slump, I, go take a walk outside in nature and I'm good to go again. Yeah. Feel reinvigorated and re-inspired. And yeah.
And you usually walk daily, don't you?
I do. I walk my dog. Yes. She's my motivation, like if I'm feeling like I don't want to go, I just need to say the word walk. And then she'll be like way too excited to let her down.
Oh, I just see Danielle's comment. I'm thinking she's responding to what motivates her, and she put Monday mornings. Is that right, Danielle?
So that's how Danielle feels about Mondays. It's motivation. Monday morning motivation. So, Nat, what do you do to unwind when life gets tough?
So I do two things. So of course I do a lot of reading. That's like my big thing is when I need to just unwind, I just grab a good book and I just read. And actually the book I'm reading now, which is really perfect, is Brene Brown's Atlas of the Heart. I'm actually in the first chapter and really enjoying it and whatnot. So yeah, I grab my book, I read, and that's just sitting down with either coffee or in the evenings with a glass of wine and just that's just how I, love to unwind. But a new thing I started doing was I'm doing exercise now. I mean, I do take walks outdoors, usually daily, especially to walk my daughter to school and back. But I got this new VR, so I'm doing exercise through this virtual, I don't know what you call it, these virtual glasses.
A VR headset, yeah.
Yeah. And I've been doing like workouts and whatnot with I don't know, like stretching exercises and whatnot. It's really amazing because you're just standing in the middle of all of these different like countries and worlds. I've been to Egypt. I've been on the moon. I've been like in Brazil. It's just amazing. And it doesn't feel like you're exercising. So those are my two things.
That's really cool. What a great thing to have for the lockdown, right? You can get out of your house without leaving. Go to Egypt. That's really cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
Okay, what is your favorite self-care activity that gets you back into things?
Wow, our questions are so by the way, we did it with these questions are surprises to each other. So.
They really are, yeah. I know.
Okay, wait, what was it again? What do I do?
Oh shoot, I just deleted it. What is your favorite activity? Self-care activity?
It's Monday. My favorite self-care activity. Yes. Okay. Yes. So for me it would be art, really, hands down. Well, yeah, and exercise, but art is always easy, even if I, like there's not much like, oh, I don't feel like doing it. So so I get my iPad and I draw and paint on that. I like it because
it's feeling it was art, yeah.
Yeah, it's fun because I don't need to drag out all the paints and paintbrushes and make a big mess. I can just take, 20 minutes and do something. So that's why I like digital art. And last question, I guess, eh?
Well, I wanted to say one thing before. I just wanted to say that you're actually going to be doing an art workshop as well in the coming weeks, aren't you?
Yeah, I guess it's a good time to talk about it. I was like, shouldn't I? Yeah, so coming up January 25th, we have, it's supposed to be in-person series art workshop, but we're not sure yet. It's kind of in the air what it'll be. I'm adapting it right now for online because, we can hope all we want, but it might end up being an online workshop with limited spots. So however it happens, and like I encourage people to sign up because then we can keep you updated on if whether it's going to be online, in person, what's going on. But yeah, we're going to talk about visual storytelling. So I'm going to teach the participants how to create a visual narrative using like illustrations, colors, art, all the materials, all sorts of media to tell a story.
Yeah, I know you're really excited about this one. And I know because you're so passionate about it, right? And that you'll be doing it with, I think it's with seniors, right? Like with the 55 plus community.
Yeah. It's for seniors. So yes, and like I'm hoping a lot of people will kind of do some life stories or some it's a great opportunity to kind of like highlight those things, those really important moments in your life and create an art piece, with some text or not with text. So you can combine writing and art, or just tell the story with images too, which is also really fun.
It'll be really fun. Yeah, I know you're looking forward to it. So I put up the link so that everyone can go and check it out and register if they're interested. I guess we're on our last question, right? And we have a few viewers. So whoever you are, make sure to comment if you want to win a book and a t-shirt. We've got Danielle so far who's commented. So she's in for sure for our contest.
Yeah, we need commenters. They're shy, I guess, this morning.
I think they are shy,
yeah. So yes, last question. What advice would you give to your younger self?
About anything in particular or just in general?
We could do caregiving if we want to focus on that theme, or
Okay.
in general, both.
Yeah. Okay. I think the advice I would give, because I've had, when I was caregiving for my kids and my parents, there were moments where I was really overwhelmed. So I would tell myself that it's okay to take time to self-care. Really, that would be really important to me, is that it's okay if you take time for yourself and that you shouldn't feel guilty for doing that.
Yeah, that's good
Yeah.
life advice all around, whether you're a caregiver or not, right?
Very true, yes.
Yeah.
And what is your best strength as a caregiver?
Oh, my best strength as a caregiver.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a tricky one. Like, I would say my empathy, like for sure, absolutely. That being able to tap into that and kind of figure out when things are not going so well or when somebody might need some support. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a great answer. Love that. So I'm going to ask our viewers, because we only had Danielle comment, and I see we still have people up watching. If they are caregivers or have ever cared for anyone, let us know in the comments, and by commenting, saying yes or no, by seeing your name, we're able to add you to our draw, which we're going to do any moment now. So while we're waiting for everyone to comment, because we will be picking a winner soon. Oh, Danielle put a sense of humor. Oh,
Yeah.
for this strength as a caregiver.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah.
Is a
That
really good.
is.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
You need to be able to laugh about it at the hard times or, you know,
Mhm.
uh, and really just, look at the bright side sometimes and use humor as one of those things we can all connect with. Like,
For
yeah.
sure. For sure. Yeah, that's a really nice one, Danielle. I love that one. All right, so Michelle, tell us a little bit more about, because you're also going to be doing caregiver support groups like those. Actually, you have one happening this week, a virtual one.
Yeah, for sure. So I encourage people to sign up this week. We're going to be talking about resilience, building resilience through self-care. Yes. With Lashmi Sundaram. And so we have our special guest coming in who specializes in this stuff and has a lot of personal experience as a caregiver as well. She cared for her mother for many, many years. So she can bring that to the table as well. And she's going to help us. We're going to talk about self-care. And I also want to know from our caregiving community what kind of supports they need and what they're looking for and how we can help support them best, right? So we have series. So that's going to be on the 13th, which is very, very soon. And it's online, of course. Yeah. So this one's will be hosted by Zoom. So, wherever you are in the Outaouais, you can sign up, which is great. And we have another one coming up too in February 3rd, one in French. So the same workshop will be given again, but for the French speaking community. So be sure to sign up for that if you prefer to do it en français.
I'm just going to add that as well so people can sign up and register. And that one's virtual also. And I think you said it was February 3rd at 7, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they're both in the evening. And I mean, if you're a caregiver and you're watching right now or listening or even afterwards after the live, don't be shy to comment to let us know like what time of day works for you, because that's something I've been asking myself as well. Like, what time do people want? What time's good for people to come, either in person or online? That can be different.
Oops. Yeah, definitely. Now we do have Sarah who just commented, and she said, I'm a caregiver. I take care of other parents and we support each other. We give each other meals and help stay with the kids or the dogs. Oh, that's nice, Sarah. And welcome. Thanks so much for commenting. Now we do, Sarah just reminded me that we do have an upcoming parent-child workshop as well, and I'm going to add that in the information here. So please make sure to take a look. I'll give you more information in a few minutes because registrations will actually close very soon. I'm going to write this down. And this is basically caregiver support for parents who have a child between the ages of 0 to 5 and who are having difficulties with communication, speech, and language. Again, registration closes, I think, on the 17th. Pretty sure it's the 17th. And this is actually a workshop, a series of workshops that will happen Saturday mornings. And what's really amazing about these ones is, of course, they're free. All of our activities are free. But it's actually happening with 2 speech therapists. So if your child is having difficulty, again, communicating with language, not speaking, having difficulty speaking, this is the one to definitely check out. It's a parent-child workshop, so you will actually be working with your child with the 2 SLP, speech language therapists. There will be a maximum number of space because it really is a group, a workshop. And not sure if anyone, because we're kind of across the border from Ottawa, but if you've ever heard of Chio's First Words, it's very similar to that. So this is a free activity, free workshops. And yeah, Sarah was just confirming that its registration closes Monday, January 17th at 4 p.m. So please help us spread the word about not just our events and activities, but all the fun stuff that we're doing for caregivers, because it's really important that people realize they're caregivers so that they can get the support and the resources that they need, because we are here for them. So we have 2 people so far who have commented, unless we see other people who'd like to say a little hello. So Michelle, we have Sarah, we have Danielle.
Okay.
So, did you want to do a quick pick out of your toque?
Yep. Not many ballots to add. Well, hopefully, like next week, we'll have more people that feel chatty enough to comment.
Yeah, I think we're too shy to chat. And I think, too, it's tough because it's the first week of online learning, right?
And Monday morning. And depending how you feel about Monday morning. All right, so I have my handy toque and the 2 ballots.
Oh, I see you now. Okay.
Yeah.
We keep kind of freezing the 2 of us. So, I love your toque.
Yeah. I like it too. Wait, I'm going the wrong way. It's this mirror thing with the camera. Okay, so who's the winner? All right, I've got one. Can you see it?
Oh, you're frozen again, but that's okay. Go for it.
On frozen yet? Sarah.
Oh, congrats, Sarah. You won a t-shirt and a book. Brené Brown's Atlas of the World. And we will be, delivering that to you ASAP. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone. This has been really amazing.
This was a lot of fun. Great way to start Monday.
It is a great way to start. And of course, we'll be back next Monday. So what is our topic for next Monday, Michelle? I forget now, because I know today's was getting back into things. It's 2022. So what is next week's? I think it's
a guest, right?
No, we don't next week. It's us again.
Oh, it's just us.
It is us. Yeah. So next Monday at 9, same time. And I remember what it is. We're going to talk about caregivers. What is a caregiver, and talk about some of the myths and whatnot. Oh, and we're going to have another contest. So we're going to have another t-shirt and another book. Yeah. And I guess that's it. So thanks so much, everyone, for joining us, and have a lovely week. Have a lovely day as well. I hope everything goes well today for everyone for online learning, and the kids are okay, and that you're okay, and you take a few minutes today and during the week to take, time to self-care and to do some fun stuff just for you. All right.
We'll build our resilience through self-care. All right, everybody. Happy Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.